Is it possible? I wonder if it's possible if it would be a distraction, if it would be to achieve spiritual enlightenment, if you can achieve spiritual enlightenment while in a romantic relationship, if that would enhance it or detract from your spiritual journey. I don't know.
It depends on your mindset. If you have like a laser focused mindset, and nothing can really affect it, right?
Yeah,
No matter how much chaos or distractions or craziness, or if uh your loved one tries to drive you crazy, it doesn't really affect you. Like you can't be bothered, right? Like it's almost like water off a duck's back. My guru used to say, "Be like a lotus, floating on the water, untouched by the water." So something like that. Once you get to a higher plane, nothing could really affect you. Like I said earlier, if it's the end of the world, don't let nothing shake your samadhi. So if you're not shaken by the end of the world, some person who's emotionally attached or
yeah,
to you and trying to get you to be what they want to be or fit in their box doesn't really work. You might have success in the outside world, but inside, do you feel empty, restless, or disconnected? I did. Kriya Yoga gave me a sacred structure and deep inner stillness without needing to run off to an ashram. If you're craving real peace and spiritual depth, book a free call at kriyayogamasterclass.com or join my free school at freekriyayoga.com. I mean, that happens a lot in my case, let's say,
yeah,
right? And it's really frustrating or bothering to your partner that you won't be the person that they want you to be.
yeah. And
you
that's
you walk your own path untouched by their emotions or their control mechanisms, whatever you want to call it. So
yeah. And are you trying to control that person too? I mean, I guess we're all at different places. Like, I don't know. We can't always be what the other person wants or vice versa.
Yeah.
yeah, I
So
don't. In my case, I don't try to control anybody. I
Yeah.
just go with the flow, and it happens the way it happens. Yeah, go ahead, Paul.
yeah, I was going to say that's a very interesting topic because I had been thinking a lot about those types of questions and like so now I've married a woman. There's an 8-year-old child involved, and he's very sweet and loving. And like my first marriage, we had a child, but that ended in divorce after like 5 years, and she was like taken from me. So that was kind of devastating. But I had never really wanted children, to begin with. I was like, I can barely take care of myself. Like, what am I going to do with a child? I don't know what to do.
Mm.
So I never really wanted it. And then second marriage came along, and I still didn't know much, and I still didn't really want any kids. But like now it's such a blessing to have them. And
Mm.
I'd say I was a decent father. I taught them good values, and I would always take them out into nature and to museums, and we did that kind of fun stuff. And so that was good. But like now I know so much more. And I'm also at a time in my life where I'm about ready to, phase into retirement. So I'll have a lot of time on my hands. And I'm just thinking about maybe, this is one of my purposes to help raise this child. And he will be raised in a yogic family, although he had already 8 years of Maya delusional world, but he's still malleable. And I tell him at night, he always says pray before you sleep, and I tell him pray to Babaji and stuff, and
Mm.
he's good with that. Even though he's raised up as a Christian, he didn't question about Babaji. He didn't like who's Babaji. No, I only believe in Christ. He didn't give me any of that. He's like he believes in Babaji.
Mm.
So I think I have a good chance of like helping him. And like I hear all this stuff about crystal children, indigos, and during different ages, and like what these children are. They're like, they're special. There's something special about some of the kids that are being born these days. So he might be one of them, and I'm going to do my best to do it. And then as far as also the relationship thing, I also thought about that. I'm like, is this going to detract? I'm going to just, I'll be in wedded bliss or whatever, and I'm just going to be distracted by the marriage now. I won't be able to do my sadhana like I want to, but like, I don't really think that's going to happen in this case. And I was worried about, because we don't have a lot really in common. But, I did tell her about all my crazy theories and things like that before we got married. And she's good with it, and she's good with yoga. And I asked her about God and stuff. And, it's, there's just one God, and it's really all the same. So she's good with that. And I think the fact that we don't have so much in common is going to help me, give me like the time that I need, because we won't always just like want to be together or geeking out on whatever UFO stuff. And I'll still have the time to dedicate to my practice. So anyway, that's the way I'm hoping it will go. And yeah, I've been given like a do-over, like what I wanted it to be, what I think it should have been. Like, you marry your high school sweetheart, and you're, in love, and you spend the rest of your lives together, that kind of beautiful relationship, which, I had a pretty good run with my second wife, but yeah, we really weren't all that compatible in various aspects, but yeah, so, I think it's like a do-over. And she came about, I mean, I was looking, but like, she kind of found me, and I just kind of like feel like she was presented to me, at a time when I needed to have someone. And so I just think it's a big synchronicity, and who knows what the future will bring.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, sounds great. Yeah, I wouldn't try to make, like I said before, I wouldn't try to make too much sense of it. I would just go with the flow and see where it takes you, and don't, how could I say, don't try to fit in anybody else's box. Do what makes you happy, and walk your path. And if they want to come along for the journey, outstanding. But if they don't, that's fine too. But always do your sadhana, and I'll always try to fit it in. And you don't really have to explain yourself to anybody. This is what I do. This is who I am. And love me or leave me alone. That's kind of my mentality.
Love me or leave me alone.
So this, this is what I do. And if you want to come along for the ride, let's go. If not, then that's fine too. I'm good either kind of way. So yeah, I would just see where it takes you. And yeah, I'm not interested of being what other people want me to be. I'm going to be who I'm going to be. And if you want to join the ride, then come along. If not, it's okay. I like walking the solo path also. So yeah, but things can only distract you if you let them distract you. If you have the right mindset and the right tools, that it really can't affect you. Like, you kind of laugh at the drama on the big movie screen like the joke it is. You're unattached to it. You're not in the movie. You step back from the movie, so you're an unattached witness. So you kind of start to get the mindset like, that's the best you got. You're trying to control me with that, So yeah, I don't even believe the governmental dogma I was born into. I definitely don't. I'm not buying what you're selling. You say go right, I go left. I'm a free bird. I fly my own path.
I was also thinking, like, when that old guy came into my shop today, I was just thinking about all the different life experiences that like people have. I can't like imagine a much more exciting life than like to be a naval aviator, you know, flying planes and like being in a war zone. I mean, that'd be terrifying as well, but you know, like he lived a very exciting life. And I just wonder why some people, you know, just live a very mundane life, you know, they've never been anywhere and they just, you know, I don't know, but
they're scared, they're afraid.
But when you're
Yeah,
young, you
just
think you're bulletproof.
just enjoy the journey, enjoy the adventure. You know, like don't live in a state of fear, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Just I like that story and autobiography of a yogi. American guy went up the Himalayan mountains in search of Babaji. He found Babaji. Babaji says, if you're a true devotee, jump off the ledge. He jumped off the ledge, died. His disciples got the guy, brought him back. Babaji brought him back to life, said, you're a true disciple. So I really relate to that story because I think that story is me in my egotistical perception. So I always jump off the bridge. I don't even think, like, try to make sense of it. Like, all right, let's do it. You know, let's see what happens. Let's see where this takes me. And what's the worst thing that could happen? Nothing really. So let's do it. So if you don't live in a state of fear, then it's hard for you to be controlled by fear. Let's say it like that. So they're always saying, we're fearless yogis. They always say that. Live in a state of fearlessness. No matter what happens, you're unaffected by anything, you know? So I try to keep that fearlessness practice in my toolbox, you know, like, oh, look, abominable snowman in the Himalayan mountains. Who knew? All right, going back to sleep. Have a nice day, Yeti.
Yeti.
Oh, fairy. Oh, keep flying, you know? Good for you, right? Oh, this guy's levitating. It is possible. Who knew? All right, going back to sleep. So just kind of become the detached witness and just kind of see where it takes you. That's my plan in Kriya Yoga. I didn't believe in inner happiness. I didn't think it was real. It always felt out of reach. But Kriya Yoga showed me a real happiness that I could access every day. It just isn't stretching. It's deep spiritual awakening. You want to feel that too? Join the free Kriya Yoga school at freekriyayogamasterclass.com or book a free call at kriyayogamasterclass.com. If you're on the path, like this video, comment what resonated with you, and subscribe for more soul-centered content right here.